is going on, guys, and welcome back to another video, and of course this one and only weekend video, because I like to try and keep as consistent as possible with a video every single Sunday night at 7 o'clock. I don't believe I've missed it in like probably over a year now, so it might actually have been more than a year, but I'm going to try and literally keep it to 7 o'clock every Sunday night for the foreseeable until I somehow get to a point where I don't make a Sunday night at 7 o'clock. But yes, we're going to keep it to a Sunday night at 7 o'clock. As this video goes up, you might be watching it at 7 o'clock, you might be watching it at 4 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 1 o'clock in the morning. But I am hoping that you are going to be watching it at 7 o'clock. But today I am going to be taking you guys through more or less a full day of eating. Really what this is going to entail for anybody that doesn't know what a full day of eating video is, I am going to take you through first to last meal of what I am going to eat today. Now, I do have a few things that I do still need to pick up to eat for my pre-workout and post-workout. Pre-workout, of course, if you haven't read the title already, I mean, I'm assuming you have read the title, hence why you've clicked on this video. Not unless you've just clicked on it because you've seen the thumbnail and thought, you know something, I'm just going to watch that, or I'm going to see what this absolute nutcase is all about because he has put a picture of cookies as his thumbnail. I don't even know, probably something like that. But yes, we have got to pick up my pre-workout, which is going to be, of course, anabolic cookies from Lidl. Now, they have been in my pre-workout for roughly the last kind of week to 10 days. I'm going to say maybe 8 or 9 days, something like that. Today, of course, we have got chest on the cards, we have got flat bench on the cards, incline Smith, as I am going back into the leisure centre today, just simply to use the Smith machine and, of course, the 50 kilo dumbbells. But I am also going to take bands with me, so I'm going to try and make up some 60s just to take a decently enough set, because I'm getting to the point now where, as well, of course, I do need that heavier weight to still try and make as much progression as possible. Whether I can't get access to it every single session, I'm trying to get access to it as much as I can. So if I can get access to heavier weights without obviously the stress of having to travel like 4 hours to a gym just to get heavier weights, then I'm going to take it. So we are going to use, of course, the 50s. We'll try and make 60s. Flat bench, barbell, free weight, of course, we'll try and get that first. And then, of course, incline Smith, which again, I'm going to try and take maybe three and a half plates for a good set of between 8 to 12 reps. But right now, I've not even eaten yet. It is 10 minutes past 8 in the morning. It's actually Thursday, the 6th of May. It's 10 minutes past 8 in the morning and I have not ate yet. Now, I am looking at my cereal options here. We only have Cocoa Pops because, of course, again, some absolute nutcase forgot to go in and buy Frosties. I don't even know how I managed to forget Frosties, but this just means that my lifts are probably going to regress by like 50% simply because I'm not intaking Frosties for my first meal this morning. So we are going to have to go in with the good old Cocoa Pops. Now, don't get me wrong, I am actually a really big fan of Cocoa Pops, but they're just not as elite as Cocoa Pops Rocks. Now, Cocoa Pops Rocks and Cocoa Pops are like two total different cereals. So like your Cocoa Pops Rocks and your Frosties, two top tier elite best cereal on the planet. But I am going to stop rambling. It's chest day. We need to pick up cookies, we need to pick up steak, we need to pick up white potato, and I believe that is it for my last kind of 2 things to pick up for my meals today anyway. I will, of course, include the calories and macros at the very end of the video, not throughout every single meal, but of course I will take you guys through my meals. I won't stick up them on every single meal just because, of course, I don't know, it's just quite boring, but I'm not going to do that. So we are going in with the first meal here. We're going to go in with 200 grams of Cocoa Pops. So 200 grams of Cocoa Pops, semi-skim milk. I also need to get an AGF shake. Now, if you guys have not checked out Unrival's AGF shakes and, of course, Rapid Recovery shakes, then I definitely recommend you do that. What I will do is I will stick the link to Unrival's website in the description box below, along with HR Labs, of course, because that is my other supplement sponsor. They are the supplements that I use. They are the supplements that I'm always getting asked for. Of course, HR Labs don't offer what Unrivaled offers, and Unrivaled don't offer what HR Labs offers. Therefore, Unrivaled AGF, I will take protein from, pretty much protein side of things. And then HR Labs, what I will take is my intra supplements, pre-workout supplements, saturation drinks, intra carbs, absolutely everything that basically Unrivaled don't offer. So that is really going to be it. The links to their websites, Instagrams potentially, but more so their websites. I do have a code now for HR Labs, which is incredibly good. It is literally just Kiffy15. It'll be on the screen right about now. KHIFIE 15, as simple as that. So yes, shoot over there, guys, check them out. I'm going to get on with this first meal. I do hope you guys enjoy this video. If you do enjoy it, then please don't forget to drop the video a like for me, guys. Subscribe to the channel if you are new, and let's get on with these 6 out of 10 Cocoa Pops. There's literally only one reason why we're going in here.
That's little plus.
Now, although we never managed to get the top tier elite frosties in first thing this morning and we had to settle for the Cocoa Pops, these white chocolate cookies were still warm when I picked them up, which means they are quite fresh, so they are going to be absolutely fucking delicious. Now, these are literally going to be the key for me going in here and having quite an alright bench press session today. So yeah, quick taste test for you guys, because all you food freaks out there love just sitting watching people eat things like warm white chocolate little cookies. Now normally whenever I do get these I would stick them in the microwave for like 10 or 20 seconds, but it just so happens they're still warm today, so we can get away with that. Honestly, the best cookies you can literally get.
And then the phone rang. He was in his office just down the thing there, so he says, right, we're back in a minute. There, and so one of the boys goes,
Usual guys, we have got 2 scoops of my Unrivaled AGF Rapid Recovery. This is the chalky biscuit flavour, as you will be able to see right there, and if you can't read that, then I mean, I don't even know, I'm not going to do anything about it. But we have got 50 grams of fast acting carbs going straight in immediately post workout. So I literally leave the gym, come home straight away, and then take this. Throughout prep I was actually taking this to the gym because basically I couldn't wait any longer. Now I'm on my off season, I'm not immediately hungry, I'm not like craving this straight away, but of course I don't leave it any later than like 10 minutes post session, because obviously it has got fast acting carbs in it, proteins, it's got everything in it. I will include an attachment of the panel, of course, because I don't believe this phone is going to focus on this that much, and obviously you won't really be able to read it that much because the panel's quite wee, but I'll attach a picture and you guys will be able to see what's in this. So this goes in the now, and then I will wait roughly 20 to 30 minutes for my post-workout meal, which today is going to be steak and white potato, of course, or chips, white potato chips. And there we have it. We have got a good old fat, big, massive, juicy steak. And we have also got, for anybody that wants to know, that is like 200 grams there. And then we have got 600 grams of white potato chips, or white potato, or I don't even know what else you can call it. But yes, that is going to be technically post-workout, because obviously I've had my rapid recovery and I was the stupid one. Well, I mean, technically I'm going to say I wasn't the stupid one, but I kind of was the stupid one. I did forget to buy any veg, so we're not going to have any veg for this meal, but I will get some later. Have it with my next few meals, but that is going to be it. We've chucked some barbecue sauce over there because of course we're on the off season now. We don't care about sauce, anything really like that, but I'm going to enjoy this. I am starving. Yeah, I'm probably just going to get tucked into this. Next meal going in, we've simply just got a plain chicken and rice, well, plain until I do chuck some of this sweet chili sauce. Of course, this is the most anabolic sauce that basically you should not include in every single one of your meals throughout your off season. I do know that all of my meals that are like including chips or rice get this chucked over it, because I mean, if I was to put sweet chili sauce on something like Cocoa Pops or something like Frosties, I mean, it would probably be a little bit different. But yeah, I have cooked enough chicken for this meal and next meal, so I've cooked 350 grams, which just means 175 grams per meal, and we have got 250 grams of white basmati rice, which will go on obviously both of my meals. So there'll be 250 with this meal and 250 with my next meal. Now, of course, before anybody asks, that is 250 grams of cooked basmati rice and obviously not uncooked, because if it was 250 grams uncooked, it probably wouldn't fit in this bowl. But yes, this is going to be like last of obviously the kind of real food sources anyway, of course chicken and rice, and I am also going to have a little Pepsi Max with this because I'm going through like a phase where I either have a Pepsi Max or I will have an Iron Brew Extra, but right now we're going with Pepsi Max for like the next few days anyway. This will go in, and then I will have another chicken and rice meal, which will also include veggies because I will be able to go and actually get some veggies. So it will include veggies for last and final meal. I probably won't film it simply because it's just the same, and of course it's boring, but of course it will be included in this video. Then I will be moving on to something like crumpets or square bars depending on what I am feeling, and that'll really be it. So I'm just going to get tucked into this meal and I will just catch up with you guys sometime soon. Right guys, so moving on basically from my last video that I did put up with lower volume against higher volume, what I did cover was I covered more so your higher volume reps against lower volume reps. So high reps versus low weights, heavy weights versus, I guess what you could say, a little bit lighter weights. Just a lighter load anyway. I would never recommend dropping off like so much weight and just doing so many reps for the sake of it. Like a back off set, for instance, I would aim towards more so higher volume rep wise over obviously a heavier weight for a lower amount of reps. I would do that for my top end set. Back off set, again, I would drop off maybe 20-30% max, maybe even 40% at a push, but I would never drop really anything more than that, simply because you are literally just going to go for days and days and days until you get to like your 100th rep and the real intensity kicks in. Now, you want that intensity to be kicking in near enough immediately. You want that set to start getting hard 5, 6, 7, 8 reps in. You want that set to start getting hard. So this is where it goes towards more so how many working sets per session you should do. Now, I know a lot of people did comment on my last video kind of not calling me out, but just kind of saying a lot of people weren't really understanding the fact that I was putting higher volume versus lower volume but only covering reps. Now, I did just want to kind of cover reps towards that session because of what sort of session it was like. But like, for instance, this session, I did try and cover most of my chest session. The only harder thing with this session this week was I didn't really manage to get that much clips from the session. For the Smith machine anyway, I was quite gutted that I never managed to get it filmed, but it was a really good set. I was able to take 3.5 plates for 8 reps on the incline, which again is a very big PR. I do wish I got it filmed, but there was just literally too many people in and it was such a small space that it would have been impossible. And I did go through a lot ages ago with basically somebody thought they were in my shot and it went to shit, everything went tits up, and then again there was just so much like palaver that went on that I just don't want that again. So the biggest aim is, if I'm ever in a place where there's going to be a lot of people about, nobody is going to be on my shots apart from me, and that is really all it's going to be. So I didn't manage to get the incline filmed, but I think that was really one of the main things that I didn't get filmed. Everything else was all good. But yes, going off the subject now, back to higher volume versus lower volume set wise. So working sets per session. Kiffy, how many sets do you do per session? How many sets do you do per week? This is all down to how much you can recover from. Everybody is going to be different. A couple of people might be the same, close or near enough the same, but most people are going to be different. So many people are going to be able to recover from X amount of sets, and so many people are not going to be able to recover from X amount of sets. But that again comes down to, obviously, I believe straight up here, do you believe you can't recover from so many sets so you don't do that amount of sets? Or do you really take yourself to that point where you actually realise you can't recover from that amount of sets? Now, me personally, most things anyway, most of my big moves, I like to do 2 working sets. Things like a deadlift and a squat, I have recently only been doing 1 set. But more so things like my bench press, other compound moves, bent over rows, bigger things like chest press and that, I like to do 2 working sets, which usually consist of 1 top set and 1 back off set. Once I move to my isolation exercises, that is really when I will do between 2 and 4 working sets. Again, usually what I'll do is I will pyramid these sets up. So I will increase the weight over the sets and again take it to as close to or past failure as I really can. So that's one of the biggest things is I would always recommend making sure that you do really find that point where you cannot recover from, to then know how you can structure how much your volume is really going to be. So lower volume wise, I know people that literally do maybe upwards of 6 to 8 working sets per session, and that is it, like proper real all out intense working sets. And then I know people that do like to kind of prioritize maybe between 15 and upwards of 22, 25 working sets per session. Now, None of them are wrong. This is one of the things. None of them are wrong. None of them is better than each other. And again, a lot of people would like to argue and say, oh, it's been found out by science that lower volume is much better than higher volume is much better than lower volume. Now this is one of the things, it just goes back to really what you can recover from, but there always has to be a but in here. There always has to be. So yes, whatever you can recover from, but know what you think you might be able to not be able to recover from. So really, this is one of the things that I want you guys to take from this video is, do not just assume because somebody cannot recover from this amount of volume, you can't recover from it. That is like the biggest and worst thing ever. Like, of course, myself, I have found what I can recover from, but also up here, I know that there is no such thing as limitations, and I know that there is no such thing that I won't 110% be able to recover from. So I will literally go in and push it. I will take it by feel. Whatever I'm feeling on that day is going to be the dictator of how many sets I do per session. So I don't have a specific amount of sets. I don't prioritize lower volume and I don't prioritize higher volume. So sets wise, this is one of the things that I am forever getting asked. How many sets per session? How many sets per week? Realistically, like, I'm going to come at you guys with a number because I know that you love numbers, but again, I am just kind of giving you an average number here. I'm not giving you a complete number that's going to be 100% correct. So I am looking at maybe somewhere between 12 and 20 sets per session. Now don't get me wrong, you can look at that as obviously higher volume, but sometimes the sets will drop and I might just perform between 8 and 12 working sets depending on what I'm training on that day. But that is really how far I want to take this. I'm not going to ramble on much more. I did actually finish on square bars for anybody that really is asking and really is bothered about that. I am filming this the day after that I did actually train chest. So that is really going to be it, guys. I do hope you have enjoyed this video. And of course, I hope you guys can take something, even if it's just a little thing from this video. But if you did enjoy it, then please don't forget to drop the video a like for me, guys. Subscribe to the channel if you are new. And I will see you guys in the next video.